Is that a good idea? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Layman, is that okay? Jeff, is that okay?
Yes, and I think also general instructions how to build those sites and how, because every AP will be responsible for their own, right, Jeff, if I understand it correctly, for their own section. So how to build those sections on the example maybe of, political science and sociology, but they will do similar things, if I understand it correctly, just for their own disciplines. So that will help all of them to see.
Okay, doke. What we can do is I'll just go through and just look at what the criminal justice has done with their site, and then we can look at your which disciplines are you?
Sociology and political science is
psychology and political science.
Yeah, that we had worked on some stuff with Hector, and so I'm not. Yeah, I'd like to work on the and Layman, do we have that link for the prototype site that we worked on? You're muted.
No, I don't, but it's there. I mean, the link, everything is there. I don't have anything beside that. I don't have anything outside of it.
We had started to build that, and I'd really like to see where that is, and to preserve what we were doing, kind of.
We were building it on that SharePoint site.
Yes, we did some changes in terms of like grouping, creating categories, putting mission, putting vision. It was just not published. So I think Matthew you referred to that, right? Mm-hmm. The things that we already elaborated, like text and sections, but they were just never published, never made available to public.
We had an experience from another faculty member or two.
That is content that can go later. Just if you look at the structures now.
Now, who actually did the editing, Matthew? Was it you or the Laman or Hector?
We didn't do anything. That was Hector. We didn't touch SharePoint. Yeah, we didn't know how to do it. So we would tell him how to do it, and he would be.
Let me see if I can go. Perhaps.
So there is nothing there right now. Nothing on the sociology and political science.
This is the wireframe for psychology right now.
Okay. No.
But what about sociology
and political science? We had. Let me see if I can find a link.
No, that's it. This is what we did.
Yeah, this is it.
Okay, great. It's there. This is what we did. It's there.
Great.
Perfect. But I think it will help if you could just walk us through, because again, we didn't do it. We just provided content like pictures, text. If you can walk Matthew through mostly how to do it in case if we want to change like images, text, because we were not touching SharePoint. We were just
that's fine. Yeah, let me give you a quick 5-second overview of how SharePoint pages work, and then it'll help with then I'll get into the specific items on your page here. So in order to go ahead and edit this page, and this looks like the home page for the whole site, but it's your discipline homepage. If you want to edit anything, you click over here on the edit button here, and this will put us in edit mode. And a page is basically built up of sections and then web parts within those sections. So if you see over here, it's kind of hard to see, but over here on the left-hand side, there's a little plus sign. That's where you can add more sections to the site. Excuse me. And if I click in some white space here, you'll see a little menu pop up underneath that plus sign for that section. And then if I click that little pencil there next to the box, it'll bring up a configuration screen. And so this configuration over here on the far right is all the attributes for that section. Not what's in it, just how the section behaves. And you can see I can change it from 1 column all the way up to 3 columns, and then I can change like the background color right here, as you can see. And then I can make this section collapsible. So these are the attributes for the section. And you can delete a section. Just remember, if you delete a section, you delete all the web parts that are within the section as well. And then you can have as many sections as you want. Look like we have a blank section right here. I don't know why we have one right there, but I'm going to take it out for your sake because I think it's just going to be a bunch of empty white space that's going to, make people scroll more. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this here. Okay.
But did you,
Now-
when you deleted that, did you click on the left there?
Yeah. I
Okay.
clicked. Yeah. If I clicked on
Left
here.
click? Okay.
Yeah. And right here, Matthew, on the left-hand side, you can see I can edit the section,
Okay.
move it, duplicate it, or delete it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right. Now, once you're in a section, you see if I hover my mouse over different things, you'll see that it'll highlight a particular web part. And these are the web parts that you have in your page right now. You have a quick links one, you have a news one, and then we have this big, huge thing with all the images is called the hero web part. And basically is it, you can configure this to be one of, if I click on it, you'll see that the configuration changes. Now we're editing the web part within that section. And you can see right here, this is where we can say edit web part. And if I click on that, this is already up. So this is how I can configure this web part. I can change it from 1 tile to 5 tiles. I can do it in layers, which no one uses this. I don't know why they even have that in there, but that's one option you have. And then once you're in a specific tile, you'll see then again, there'll be another sub menu here and this right here is editing just that image in that tile. So if you can see, I can set the focal point of the image. I can zoom in, zoom out on the image. I can move the web part. I can take and drag this and move it to another section of the site. Easy enough. I won't do it because I don't want to mess you up, but you just click on that and drag it and it'll move things around on you. And then when I click on this little pencil, now I get the attributes for that one image. And this is where you can, and every image on here is a linkable image. So this is where you change the link. This is where you give a title for that image. And then you can say, show the title in the layout if you want. You can change the background image. You can make it just a custom color block or auto-selected. Auto-selected usually goes, if the page has a header, it'll take that header image and bring it in as the icon for that image there. Don't forget to put alternative text if this is a link to something. And what's the other option here? You can add a call action. This is that learn more button. It's a separate, so just for this is kind of weird, but just for that big image on the hero web plot, the image is a link, and then you can have a separate link right there where it says learn more. So if you want 2 different places you want to take them, you don't necessarily have to do it. If you don't have it, I would just turn it off. If you need it, then leave it there. But this is where you can control that one little.
That's that call to action link?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could have 2 separate links. You could take this picture could be the one thing and this call to action could be to something different.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the hero web part right here. This is a quick links web part, and just to show you why I'm in here, if you want to add more web parts, and I'll just for the a little overview, I'm going to give you a little overview of some of the web parts that are available to you. So when you click, yeah, this is another thing. Excuse me for a second. My mouth is drying out a little bit. But if you don't know that there's another section here, right? Until if I hover my mouse over it in the right spot, I'll see a little plus sign, and that will indicate that I can now add a web part in that spot. If I take my mouse and go below it, that's why I can add another web part there instead. So, and here, that section controls the layout of the columns. So if we wanted to have 3 columns with web parts in each, I could do that.
Okay, I'm sorry for my question, but what is exactly web part? Is it a website? Is it additional information?
This is the different things within the site. You can have a news web part, a text, an image.
Sections. Web part
Yeah.
is a section, basically, right?
This is no. The section is
No?
this area. The section is the area in which the web parts sit.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. So if you watch, when I change right now, I'm on the section layout. So if I change the color, that just changes the color of the layout, and I can change how many columns and stuff.
Mhm.
Now I want to put stuff in the section, and I do that with the web parts. So if I click the
Okay.
plus arrow, you'll see these are all the web parts that are available to me, and I'll just cover a couple of them.
Features for the section, basically, right?
Yeah, if you want to call them that, but they each have a separate function.
Okay.
Abilities, I should say. So you have a
Ability.
text web part, you have an image one, you have a button, you can have quick links. You can bring up document libraries, you can add a YouTube video. I'm just covering some of the highlights. You can add a
That's
people's
great.
web
Thank
part.
you. A
Yeah,
lot of things here.
yeah.
Thank you.
And each one does its own thing. Like right now on this page, we just have a quick links and a news web section.
Yeah.
To edit the quick links, I click on it and I'll click on the pencil icon. And this will give me the layout for the quick links. This is how the quick links is laid out. I can change it from this view to this view to this view to this view back to the original view. If you ever make changes to a site that and you're not happy with what you just did, you can always come up here and say discard changes, and it'll revert back to the last published version that you did.
Can you expand that sociology/political science link so it configures the whole page? I mean, it's like aligned with the above thing.
This right here?
Yeah.
No,
just the borders. Can you
no,
expand?
so it fills the whole page?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, it doesn't have that option.
All right.
That SharePoint in general likes to put a lot of white space on the page and a lot of spaces between web parts. So there isn't a lot of configuration options when it comes to some of that. I wish it did because it'd make my life a lot easier.
Yeah.
So we're kind of stuck with the out of the box
That's
web.
okay.
Yeah. But it makes it so that the site's nice and clean and nice and easily readable, but we don't have that minute control that we'd like to have.
Okay.
So for the quick links one, which you'll be using a lot, this will when I click on the pencil here, this is the layout of that quick links. And then when I click on an individual box, there's that sub menu again, and I edit. These are the attributes for that one link within that thing, and you can control, the image, the link to it, and stuff like that. And if you want to add another quick link, just click add here, and it'll add another one. It only goes so far across before it starts to wrap underneath. So you just have to realize that. And if they're getting too many and you want to make it a little smaller, just edit the whole web part, and you can change it to like a button list or something if you want to save room on the page. This looks prettier, but this one you can fit more on, and you have some. And each of these can fit layout options have their own sub menus here, so you can control. Like for example, I could change that to a fill color option, the thing on top, stuff like that. I'm gonna go back to this one here because that's what you had. And that's easy enough. You can just click on add the image. Add the link, and then you can configure it to look how you want. If you wanted to add text on top of this, on top of here, for example, we could add a text web part, and then we can put all sorts of text in here if you want to add some context around your website. And this brings up just kind of like a little mini Microsoft Word editor. And if you click on these three dots, you get some more options here, for editing the styles. This is my stuff. All right, click in there. I can change it. I can change this to be a heading if I want. I can change the size of it. I can change some of the color options. Just be careful when you start playing around with too many colors and stuff like that. You could end up making the site inaccessible for someone might have red, blue color blindness and stuff like that. So you want to keep it pretty basic. You can highlight things. So there's a lot of attributes you can do. This is basically text. What's cool in here you can do now too, which you didn't able to do a year ago, is I could actually add an image in the web box, in the text box itself. Before you had to just add it out as a separate web part, but now you can add an image right in there, and I'll just grab a random image, put it in there, and then from here I can click on the image and change the shape. I can make it go to the right or the left. I can make it a link if I want to. See, there's another little pencil here, so I can edit the attributes of the image. I can make that image a link. I can add a caption to it. I can change the size, stuff like that, right inside that web box. So that's if you need it. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this web part now because I don't want to mess up your site.
Can we make that sociology, SAS, political science link the header? I mean, can we make that bigger?
This here?
Yeah, yeah.
No, you don't have any attributes for that. What you can do, if we wanted to, is we could take it out and see if I can get in there. If I delete it,
Yeah,
and then we could add a text web part here if you want.
yeah, yeah, with big print.
Yeah.
And some ADA color friendly heading. Yeah.
Political science. I need my readers. So yeah, Jeff's laughing. I can make this a header. Heading context. I can make it even bigger if I want to go even bigger. Let's publish this and let's see what this looks like. Is that what you're hoping for, Matthew?
Yeah, I like it. Layman, what do you think?
Yeah.
You're on mute. There you
No,
go.
like
it
it.
looks good, but we may want to change categories because we like remember we're not doing publications currently, so that's something that could be changed later. That's why I wanted to learn techniques and then kind of work on the content, because certain things we won't probably be doing. That
Okay.
should be easy fix though, right? Like just
Yep.
What do you mean, like add language like coming soon to a theater near you? Publications?
No, the publications, for example, we're not
Right.
doing currently, right? It's
No,
something for the
right.
future. So replace it with something else, depending on what APs decide will be more appropriate. This was in the past. This is what we like worked months ago. So.
Right, there's a couple other things I want to show you. I want to show you how to build a page and show you how to link to it. There's multiple ways to link to things in SharePoint. But first of all, let me ask you this: are you guys going to have your own news section, or are you going to?
I would hope so. I mean, for stuff like, news like updates for Pew Charitable Trust political attitudes and Supreme Court decisions. They seem to be, newsworthy.
Okay,
That's
so
a
on your
great
site,
idea.
you want to have your own separate news that's separate from the rest of the site?
Well, yeah, it would be our own separate news.
Yeah,
like
because
a-
right now, out of the box, this is news web part will just
Yeah.
grab any news item that's created from the whole site. If you
Yeah.
want your own that pertains just to your section, I'll have to do some configuration for you on the back end, and then you'll be able to pick. And it may not be a bad idea if I do this at some point. And if someone can just open up a web ticket for it, then it'll remind me to do it. I'm in the middle of a couple of big projects right now, but I can
Okay.
make it so that each of the disciplines has their own news attribute. That way, when you're creating a news, you could say, I want this to be sociology and political science. And then if I can configure it right, this news web part will only bring up the ones that you tag sociology, and then the criminal justice will have their own news.
Yeah, like a news feed.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that keeps it vibrant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
I mean, you can have more than one news part too. So if you want to have all the news for the whole site on there, we could have a news part for that, and then we could have another separate one just for you guys. It all depends on how you want to configure
Yeah, that
out.
would be that would work too, because there's a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
I mean,
And also on the home page of the whole site, you can have you can just leave the news section there too, and that could be for everything, not just for.
Jeff, is there gonna be somebody editing the entire social science? Is there gonna be like a social science home site where they're gonna have like generic to all disciplines kind of news?
Yeah, Matthew, actually, as we speak, let me just get out of here for a second. To get to your site, this is the, if I click in here, this is the main site for all the disciplines.
Okay.
And then when you click on yours here, that'll take you, it may look like it's a different homepage, but it's still under social sciences and perspective journal. and you're just on a page that's for your discipline and all these links.
I clicked the disciplines link. Okay. So how would I maybe I'm jumping ahead here. So
Nope. I want to touch upon what you want to know.
I think you know, like we want to make some changes to it, but I'd like to publish it. You know, I'd like, you know, how will we, once we're done making the changes, how we take it from the coming soon status to publishing it?
So right now, this link is just going to a generic link, but this one here is going to your site here.
Yeah.
So this site, if this is ready, I can change it to point to this page right now if you want. Does this got relative information in it right now?
Yeah, it's got relevant information. I mean, we set it up and it was, you know, I think we're ready to publish it.
Okay, then,
Yeah.
all right, so the page itself is published. Now what we're basically doing, we're not technically publishing it, we're just linking to it from the homepage, but it's got the same, I just want to get the terminology set, but in your mind, it's the same thing. We want to make sure that people can get to it.
Yeah.
So if I go to the homepage.
Yeah, take it from the coming soon to
Yeah.
now available, you know,
Okay.
maybe.
So there's two spots where you want to make things available. There's got the drop down here in the navigation, and then right here you have this image. So what we'll do is we'll edit. Actually, let me grab the link first. Open, copy link address. I'm going to copy the link address, and I'm going to edit this web part. I'm going to click on it, and I'll get the little pencil icon, edit that there, and I'm going to change the link. Click on site. Actually, I'm just going to put it in from the link. I could go find the page too if I wanted to, but this is just as easy. Come on. Say add. Close that out. I'll say republish here. So these changes will be republished. Now, if I click on that, it takes you to your page.
Great. Can we change the coming soon to
Yeah,
now available?
You're one step ahead of me. You're too fast, Matt. So yeah,
Sorry.
I was good.
Oh, believe me, man. You know, I'll be you know, I'll be asking plenty of questions of you later, probably.
Oh, no problem. All right, so in that same pencil icon here, this is where you can change the title of the thing. So I'll just delete that right there, republish, and that's done. So now they can get to it from the social sciences homepage.
So can we change the coming soon? On the,
Yeah, I just did. Just refresh it. It's just a Oh, I did psychology, not my
yeah.
bad. I clicked on the wrong one. Hold on. Let me
Okay.
fix that. I got my ologies mixed up.
Yeah, that's it. It happens.
Change the link.
And then click. If we go to the social and political sciences, and then put now available. Maybe an exclamation point that says new now available.
We change that. Okay. So this is the one we're going to change. Take out the coming soon. Change the link. Home. Republish. And there you go.
Oh,
And we can change that image too. If you don't like that image, we can put another image to it.
no,
so.
we worked. We kind of spent a lot of time working on that image. It's, you know.
Okay, so that wasn't just a
Searching,
placeholder,
yeah.
something you picked. Okay, good. All right, so and the news section here right now on the home page of the whole site, this is pulling up news from any category, but on your page yourself, when you're ready, let me know, and then I can set it up so it just pulls up socio-political news, and then I'll show you how to categorize them and everything like that.
Okay.
All right, so let's go back to your page for a second, and I'll show you how to add a news item, and then I'll show you how to add a page. How much time we got, Jeffrey? About half an hour?
It's up to you. I mean, however, you know, we don't want to be a time vampire, but you know,
Nope,
because I know we're recording this. But
I
yeah.
just have a hard stop at 11, so I can go up to then, and you can always reschedule with me. That's no big deal.
Mhm.
All right, so to add a news, see this where it says add?
Yeah,
That is only available for owners, and I think members too can add. Users won't see that add button, just you guys will. So to click on add, you click add, and then if it's a link to another site, you can say news link, and then you can copy the news link into it and give it some information. If you want to create a page with news on it, you can do that. I think most of these are news. Most of the stuff that you're going to be linking to are going to be pages you create or links to other sites with news on them.
yeah.
Second one?
There'll be links to other sites,
Okay.
I mean, we have a separate, if you scroll up a little bit, there is a separate, I think layman's probably going to want to change publications to just info about faculty members, interesting tidbits or whatever about faculty
This
members.
was, Jeff will speak better to that, because I think that was a new vision for the journal,
Yeah,
that we're not going to do publications. I think that will be decision of APs, right, Jeff? If Jeff is still there. That what APs are going to decide about the content, right? Like what
Yes.
categories will be there. That's why
Yeah.
my understanding was that we leave publications for future, but what it will be replaced with, I think you will decide collectively, or like Jeff, you probably will be guiding them better than.
Well, I mean, it's the original. The original intent was what you're seeing right now, Sean and Matt, that this was going to be a live, vibrant, opportunity to socialize faculty in the environment, blah, 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 right? Human interest stories dominating, that type of thing. Accomplishments, things in the news, like you mentioned, Matt, that's fine. Hector said, well, we should bring in, peer-reviewed publications, which is a monumental lift. Great idea. Got the Library of Congress number, that type of thing. The only problem is soliciting those types of things from faculty who actually get involved in writing peer-reviewed stuff is really kind of like pulling cavities from a duck. They're not all right. You know what I mean? It's just not all of them right. And writing for peer-reviewed journals is a son of a bitch. It's hard,
Yeah.
and time consuming.
it is.
So we're more interested in, in just if they publish blogs, things like that. So formalized publications, it's a nice to have, but we do not need that right now. It has stymied the process, to be honest with you, because that's just, that's not who we are right now. We're not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it can be replaced by anything
Yeah,
that they will decide.
anything.
It was
Yes.
there, it was put there
Yes.
months ago. Like this
Yes.
is remnants of the months ago. But
Yeah.
they will decide if they want something like whatever they want to call it,
Yeah.
basically. But
Well,
yeah,
that's right. Yeah, the APs have total control over this. So,
total control and
to let their light shine, I think it's a great way to expose the talent that we have in the Capitol to all the other disciplines.
Quick question while I'm thinking of it. I don't mean to interrupt, but I know we're up against the clock. Did you want to have a comment section turned on or turned off on your page?
It
The
might be-
only
it gives
suggestion
more
is-
control, right? Like turn off, turn on, it's more control, right?
Say that again?
Does it give us more control?
No.
What
What this does is allow people that comes to your site to post comments about your site or ask questions or stuff like that. The only suggestion I'd say, if you do turn it on, someone's going to have to maintain it, otherwise
Be a
it gets
moderator.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
most of the time
Yeah.
people turn it off. So if you know unless you're going to want it, I'm going to turn it off for
Yeah.
you.
I
good.
would. Yeah. I mean, I'll
Okay.
leave it up to everybody, but I would turn it off for now.
Yeah, you can always
because-
turn it back on in the future, just clicking a button. So
Yeah,
no
yeah,
problem.
exactly. Because a lot of stuff is gonna be politically sensitive, and that's fine 'cause it's provocation. But somebody could light a fire and like, ugh.
Yeah, we don't
Right.
need any. Yeah, we don't need any more. Any
No,
fires.
we're good. We're good. We're good.
All right, so back to adding news posts. When you want to add a news post,
Okay.
just click on the ad, and if it's a link to another site, it'll bring up a box right here, and you just put in the URL to that article that's on another site. If you want to add create a news article yourself, you can click add news post, and what it'll do is give you some templates here. You can just use a blank one, say create post. You can give it as a my news item. Put your text in here, and then say post news, which is different than post page. They're both in the pages directory, but news items get automatically sucked into the news web part. So when you click, if I click news post, I can even put an image on this right now. If I go back to your site, it should show up here as, here's that temporary one I just created. So I'm gonna go
Okay,
ahead. So it just shows up there, and if you click on it, it takes them to this page here. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. Now I'll show you where all the pages are kept. So this is important. So if you go into the gear icon, click Site Contents, go into Site Pages, all news items and pages that are created will show up here. You can sort and filter these things if you want, and you can create views into this. I'm just going to sort it by all pages, modified, new. This is, so you can see right here, this is a new one I created.
yeah,
And it tells you the content type. I'm going to add another column just so you guys know. Show hide columns. Let me see. At the first published date, I'm going to put in, where is it? Promoted state. Just what?
yeah.
Okay. Just so you know that if you see something with a promoted state of 2, that means it's a news article and it's published. If you see one with 1, that means it's a news article and it's in draft mode. If you see one that says 0, it's just a regular site page and it's not related to the news. I just want so you can visually see that. Sometimes it's hard to tell if you're on a page or a news page. So this will allow you to quickly go in and look at it. And once the site gets kind of big, I can help you guys make views. So I can say, show me only the news articles for sociology, show me only the news articles for whatever, and we can create all sorts of lists and views for the article. So you can see there's some right here already, but we can create that so it'll be easy to go in the back end and find stuff. So when you're ready for that, just let me know. So this is the fake one that I just created. So I'm just gonna go here to these 3 dots here and say click delete. And if I go back to your page, you'll see that the news item should no longer be there.
I would envision a situation where we could solicit newsworthy items from our faculty.
Yeah.
You know, from our sociology and political science faculty and
Yeah.
post them there, you know, and I could just, you know, provided they were legit, you know, news sites or whatever, you know, you could just go ahead and post them there, you know, and not like Newsmax or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go through. These are some of the sections that we built out as a template. You don't have to use them; they're here, and if you don't need them, we can just remove them from the hero screen. But they originally, I think this one gives the. I think this is the Hector's idea that what he started with
mission and vision. Now we worked on that. Yeah, you know, that's
all right, so
good.
this is good. Okay.
Yeah,
that's great. Oh, there's Lamont right there.
There's Lamont's intro.
Yeah, but that can change because that was crafted based on that. We created, again, that was many. You see, I'm wearing like wind sweater. That was many months ago, and that was crafted for the existing section. So maybe we want to remove it, and I can put something like when APs decide, or maybe APs can upload something. But this is from winter. This is probably was, I don't know, December, January, when we needed to wear sweaters. And
do you need to know how to change this out, or do you already know how to do that?
If you can show them,
okay,
Matthew, like how to delete it, and put something that is more relevant. That this is old.
All right, so
and so mission and vision. If APs want, like if Matthew want to revise it based on the new concept of the journal, feel free. That was a long time ago.
Okay. All right, so and just to change that, just put this page in edit mode like we did on that home page I showed you, and you just click on top of it, click the pencil icon again, and this you can change. You can if you have another YouTube link, just put the new YouTube link right in there. And if they say it's a really long one, and you want them to start at a specific time frame, you can put the start time right in here as well. So when you're ready to change it out, if you don't want it at all anymore, until then, you can just go ahead and delete it. And then when you're ready, just add the new YouTube web part to it when you're ready. So it's up to you if you want to leave it up there or not. All this other stuff on this page is similar to what I showed you. There's text web parts and image web parts, etc. And I'll turn off the comments for you again since we're in here. I'm going to republish this. If you save something in draft mode, only the owners and members of the site can see it, and visitors only see the last published version of what you put up
Okay.
there. So if you're in the middle of working on something, just save it as a draft.
Okay.
All right, so let's go back. I've created a button for all the templates, so this will take you right back to your home page. So you don't have to go up to the navigation bar here. All right, so that was the home. I'm not sure where this learn more goes to. Oh, it's the same thing. So you can decide whether you want that learn more button on there or not.
Well, that might be nice to take people to the mission statement kind of in a nice flowy way, you know, to leave it there.
Well, this image and this link here are both going to the same thing right now.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
All right, so in the announcement section, we created an announcement. So I'm not sure what you want to put in here. This could be a page of just news items. It could be whatever you want on it. If you have ideas for stuff to go on here, you can look at what maybe Hector did in his site. If you don't want it, we can delete it and just remove the link from the homepage. But I'll leave it for now for you guys to decide later.
Okay.
Same thing with the resources. I don't know if you got resources to journals and articles and libraries and tools and stuff, this would be a good place for it. You can just do it with a simple quick links one or a text web link or whatever. If you need some help with that, once you curated your content, I can help you get it on the page.
Okay.
Same thing with publications. I'm not sure if you have publications.
Well,
anything.
I mean, yeah, I would say, to Jeff's point, just right, it's kind of a bear to publish stuff, but people they give papers, or they might do a podcast, or maybe we'll probably come up with an expanded, definition of what a publication is. You know.
Okay. All right, go back to the page. Now, say you wanted to create a page for whatever, I don't know, whatever thing that you might want to, and point people to it. Adding a page is pretty simple. There's multiple ways to get there. You can click new from here and say click page. You can say go up to the gear icon and say add page. If you're into the pages directory, you can go in there and grab page. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a page right here. And when I do that, you'll see some templates that are already built out. These are for the discipline, but we can create more templates if you're going to be building more of them. I usually start with the blank one because this stuff has a bunch of stuff in it that I usually end up deleting anyway. But start with a blank template, create a page. I'm going to go through this whole exercise, and then I'll delete it afterwards, so you don't need it.
Okay.
I'm just going to call this is our test page. All right, I'll put some text in here. We could add a quick links web part on here if we wanted to. Quick links, this could be a page, it could have any type of specific purpose. Site. No, I don't have like that. Site, here we go. Site pages. I'm just going to click to a random one here, doesn't matter. Go back. All right, so we got a quick link structure. So this is our page. If you don't want anyone to see it, just click Save Draft. And then when you're ready to make it go live, go Publish. And we got a page. Now, if I go in here into the gear icon again and go to Site Contents, I'm going to open up in another tab. And I go to Pages again.
Mm-hmm.
And sort it by newest. I think out of the box, what happens is it filters it by author. But if you go back over here and say change it to all pages, it'll show them all. And then these are filterable items. So I can say choose A to Z, when it was modified, who it was created by. So I can filter on this pages directory for however I want. But this is a test page we just created. This is where it shows up. It keeps version history too. So if there's you change something and you want to go back 5 versions, you can go and restore that version. So right here, here's that page that we just created. Now, say we want to go back to the discipline site and say on your resources page, we want to add a link to that page, for example. Click edit, and then from here, we can add it as a quick link. We could add it as a text. So I'll just add it as a quick link, for example, just for no other reason. Say quick links, click on that thing, It should show the recent items that I just created. Modified. I don't know why this doesn't sort in this view like the other one does. Test page. This is my test one. All right, I can't find it easy. I'm going to go to the site. Go to site pages. Here's that same filter here. I'm going to say all pages. Mine should be up top. Here's our test page. So I'll just click on that like that. Select it. Republish it. Now we have a link to our test page we just created. And you can change that whenever you go. And every time you republish it, you don't have to update the link. The link will still be good.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead now and take that out since it was just garbage. I'm going to take that out for now. Publish. Then I'm going to go back into the home page and then delete this page because it's just garbage.
Okay.
And that's how easy it is to create a page and link to it. And you can link it to a text, through a quick links, through an image, through a button. There's multiple ways to click to the same thing. It's all presentation at that point. But you have just whether it be a link or a page you created, and then you just add a link to it. And if need be, you can add links up to the navigation here. But that's usually for this navigation is for people coming to the home site and want to get to the different things.
So, Sean, what, moving ahead here, how do I access this? This is kind of a really basic question, right? I mean, and it might be a kind of a duh question, but
no such thing as duh questions anymore.
Yeah. How do I get, where's it, did you send a link out, or is there a link out there that gets me right to where I can start editing the site?
Yeah, but before we do that, let me check to see what your permissions are, because you have to be at least a member to do some things. All right, and we try to keep the owners of the site down to a minimum, but members we can add. So I'm going to add you and Lamont right now as members of the site. I'm going to add you as users. Turn that off.
That's me.
And all right, so you both have access to that. If for some reason while you're editing, you realize you can't do something you want to do, check with me. It maybe have something to do with your permissions, but for the most part, you should be able to handle most everything on here. Okay. And then what I'll do is you have access to the site now as a visitor. So if you just click on your picture, it'll take you to this page and you should see the edit. Why don't you guys test that right now just to make sure. Just make sure that you can go to your page and see the edit button in the top right hand corner.
Let me go ahead and okay. So where do I go from my am I hold on, what did I just do? I think I just got out of my snoo site, which I don't want to do. Hold on.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, sorry about this.
Oh no.
Got to get back into snoo. Okay. So do I go where? So where do I go? Brightspace or webmail or?
No, just open up a web browser, right? And I'll post in the chat right here the homepage for the journal.
Oh, okay. Let's see here.
Right. I just posted in the Teams chat, in the meeting chat. And you should be able to click on that and get to it. You might have to log in if you're not already logged in.
I'm logged in here, so I've got the SNH2 SharePoint. I'm going to go up here and do that. And it's thinking, and there we are. Yeah, so I need to save this link. Okay, I'll save this link here. Got it. And so I'm at least, so now I'm clicking on the sociology and political science site.
Do you see up in the top right? Do you see the edit button?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then you should be good.
So I can, yeah, okay, there we go.
Now, if you ever make a bunch of changes and something screwed up and you're not sure what it is, just click discard changes and it'll just go back to the way it was before.
Right. What I just did was to republish very quickly, and I'm going to save this on my, I'm old fashioned, man. I'm, you know, as an old fossil, you know, I have to keep a list of pertinent, I keep a document for different things I have to do with my life. I keep a list of links.
Hey, if you look at my screen, Matt, if you see up here, look at all these links I have saved for myself.
Yeah,
And my life is, I have a bookmark folder that has links that is probably 20 years old in it. It's getting too big, but I saved it because I never want to lose them. But I accumulate links like some people, you know, accumulate Hummels.
Hummels.
Hey, Jeff, while I'm thinking about it, how's your eye doing?
Oh, thanks for asking. Yeah, actually, 2 Mondays ago, I was back down at Mass Eye and Ear, got a clean bill from the surgeon, Dr. Kim, to go back and behave badly.
Oh, so you don't have to walk around like Quasimodo anymore?
No, I'm bumping
Okay,
into
good.
walls. No, I'm actually, it's healed up really well. I'm taking it easy per se. I go to the
Yeah.
gym, been going back to karate, no contact, no sparring, that type of thing, but just to get out of the house, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
You know what I mean? And with saving grace was real fast was that I had to keep my head down. So my guitar playing definitely improved because I had to keep my head down.
Excellent.
I made the best of it. Thanks for
Awesome.
asking.
Glad to see you healed up.
Thank you.
All right, so we got about 15 minutes left. Is there any other particular things you want me to cover? Or if you want, what you guys can do is you can, huddle up afterwards and decide if there's additional content and things you want to do for your site and make like a checklist. And then we can have another meeting and you can try doing it yourself. And then we can have a meeting and I can show you how to fix it or move things around. Or if you just want to create the checklist, then we can get together and I can show you how to some best practice and where to put all the stuff that you're putting together.
Yeah,
that sounds great. Thanks.
This is recorded, right? So
yeah.
Maybe, Jeff, if you share recording with everybody and ask,
yep,
like based on that, you will be able to focus on more specific things that other people want.
And
it's a work in progress.
And also, Sean and Jeff and Lemon, what I'd like to do is with Sean's recording, this will enable me once we get the recording, if you could share it with me, I can then stop it and use it.
Yeah, it will be shared with everybody, right? With all APs.
Yeah, if you got a quick question and why you're working on this, Matt, you can always ping me. If it takes 2 seconds, I can answer it. If it takes longer than that, we'll just set up a meeting.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, then so that sounds like a plan, right? People will watch recording, come up with specific questions, and then we'll schedule something different.
Yeah, the hardest part of any SharePoint site is not putting the site together. It's gathering all the content and figuring out what you want to say.
Right.
That's the hard part. My part's easy. You guys gonna have to actually use your brain and come up with all this interesting information.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like I said, well, I mean, in the problem solving disciplines here, we have all kinds of stuff we can put in there. But like I said, Matt, I mean, it's great that the APs, I think, carry the torch on this and let their light shine. Number one, number two, it's that I really think the faculty enjoy, the interaction, socialization. I mean, like, oh, I know that. Oh, he lives here or she does that. That type of thing to make them feel more part of a family than they are just some automatons, rattling out courses. That's not a good thing. So this definitely helps us humanize it. So I'm done. I'm on my soapbox. I don't mean to do that, but I mean, this should be fun. This should be fun. Thank you.
I'm just curious, Matt and Lamont, where do you guys live? Do you live in New Hampshire, New England, or elsewhere?
I live in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Massachusetts, but I'm close to New Hampshire. I'm in Andover, Massachusetts, which is like 15 minutes from. Where are you, Sean?
I'm in Derry, New Hampshire, but I grew up in Billerica, Mass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've
well,
never
you
been,
did.
Never
Sean,
been anywhere near New Hampshire. This is amazing. This isn't technology wonderful. I've never been to New Hampshire.
Great. Hey, Sean, I was going to say. You're Billerica, Mass. My wife's from Billerica, Mass. So
Billerica is right here, like close to me too. It's like 30 minutes, I think, from me.
I don't want to ask her age, but what year did she graduate?
She's 55, and her last name was O'Laughlin, Kathleen O'Laughlin.
Okay, I was out of school by then. I'm much older. I'm about 50. She graduated. What year did she graduate? She said she's 55?
She's 55, yeah.
All right, so I'm about 6 years older than her, so I was out of school already. My younger brother might have been then. Ask if she
Yeah.
knows Timmy or Colin Duggan. She
Okay.
might have went to school with those guys.
All right, I will.
You never know. World is small.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. New England's small. You
Yeah,
know.
it is.
Yeah,
Hey
you
Jeff,
just-
while I get you online, I want to tell you something real quick. Being a music guy that you are,
Yeah.
I'm putting on a benefit concert at my church in Pelham in
Okay.
September, and I
Yeah.
have this National Bluegrass Act called
What?
Appalachian Road. So they're absolutely phenomenal.
Oh,
These
come
guys have
on.
won
I
Grammys.
love bluegrass. Really?
Oh, the two of the guys have won Grammy Awards. They won the IBMA Bluegrass Music Festival and IBMA Band of the Year and Instrumental Band of the Year last year. They played
Oh,
with
Sean, I
Dolly
on.
do know
Parton.
too. I can
Oh,
come.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, do you
let me
too?
know.
Awesome. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
pop a link to the. I'll
Share
pop,
link with us because I drive to live music everywhere. I drive for up
do you?
like 2
Awesome.
hours.
Yeah, let me pop the link in here. So
Can you
I'm
put it in
hoping
the
to sell
chat?
out the what?
Can you put it in the chat?
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
that
put
we
it in
can
the
click
chat
on
right
it?
now. These guys
Yeah,
are heavy hitters. These
Oh,
guys
great.
are.
Oh, that will be great.
I,
Because,
uh,
yeah.
I gotta tell you a quick story about one of the guys in the band. It'll break your heart. The banjo player in the band has no fingers on his left hand, and he
wow.
plays the banjo like crazy. Right? That's not the best of this part of the story. His daughter was working at a daycare center, and these two little kids were in the day center. They were young kids, and the little boy didn't have any fingers, and they were foster kids. They were bounced around between foster homes, and they were finally going to get put in an orphanage. So she asked her father to come down to talk to the little boy, give him some encouragement because they both had the same affliction and everything. He met the little kid. The little boy ran up to him and goes, and grabbed him by the face and goes, "Are you my daddy?" Because they both had the same type of hand. So as he's leaving to go to a concert that he's playing in, and he just says to himself, he said he got this call from God, and he calls his wife right away, and they talked, and he went back there, he met the kids again, and he ended up adopting them.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
Come
how
on.
And my-
rare
you know-
it is this
Oh,
condition.
man,
That
that's-
is a God's call, right?
That's a
For
movie
them
in
to
the
meet.
making.
That's
Well,
what
what
it
a-
is.
you know who
Wow.
Mike
I get
Huckabee is,
goosebumps.
right? You know who Mike Huckabee is? He used to be governor
Yeah.
of Georgia.
Yeah,
He was on
yeah,
Fox
yeah,
News.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Louisiana.
Yeah, he heard about this, and hold on one second. I'll pop the link into this too, because it also shows you that they end up playing on the show. But Mike Huckabee heard about the thing, and he invited him onto his TV show
Wow.
to talk about that, and then he had the band perform. Let me pop that in.
Isn't that something?
So
Cincinnati is right on the cusp of Appalachia, and I worked in at Eastern Kentucky University for 11 years.
Oh.
One of the guys who I used to talk to was J.D. Crow's bass player.
no way.
Yeah,
Wow.
he teaches he teaches an Appalachian music class. I'm a saxophone player, so I mean, bluegrass is, except for Gangsta Grass, which is a hip hop, it's a hip hop bluegrass hybrid band.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I don't really know, and they're from Brooklyn, New York. I don't really, have that much, and my ex-wife, who's a good buddy of mine, plays banjo in a bluegrass band in Arizona, but we used to talk for hours about the music industry. This guy knew, about how we're all siloed up, and he had news I could use about how to get royalties off of YouTube.
Wow. Very cool.
The bass player for the band used to play with Tony Rice.
Yeah, Tony Rice, a big name. Yeah.
So these guys have got their bona fides, and
I'm
I've been
definitely
taking
going to
lessons.
that.
What?
Yeah, I will check it too. And I
Yeah.
drive like 2 hours for live music. This is closer.
Well,
to
Andover,
me.
it's only half an hour. From
No,
town.
this is much closer. This is literally like around the corner.
Exactly. Jeff, you're in Manchester, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's only 20 minutes for you too. I've been taking lessons off and on for 3 years from the guitar player. He's a young guy in the band.
They're
I've never
amazing.
got a chance to meet him, but now he's coming up they're playing 2 music festivals this summer in Maine, and they're going to be up in New England. So I'm finally going to get a chance to meet him after 3 years and never only doing Skype lessons. So
They're
I got them. I've kind of
That's
stuck my neck
cool.
out a little bit. It's going to cost me, a little bit of money to get them to play. They discounted their rate because I know Zeb and everything, but they're gonna. So I gotta put butts in the seat. I'd hate to have them come and have to have only 10 people, sitting in the audience. That'd be quite an
No,
embarrassment.
it's a
for me.
nightmare. Yeah,
But
no.
yeah, but these guys are incredible. Even if you don't like bluegrass, they're such professional musicians. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you got any questions about the concert, just let me know. But I just put you the link up there, and if you want to buy tickets, I'd get them soon. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I sell it out and we can fill the place.
No, I'm going to check right away. Thank you so much for sharing that too.
You never know who's into what. That's why I asked.
Yes, no, that's actually will be another great point for the journal.
Yeah.
Tying it up, right?
Yeah.
If we just learn a little bit more about each other,
Yeah, exactly.
who knows how much in common we
Exactly.
have.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So,
Right on the money, Lamont. Right on the money.
Hey, Jeff, I'm going to see my
and by the
cousin
way,
Andy
I
Snowden
forgot
in a
to
couple
stop
of weeks.
recording. Everything was
Who's that,
recorded.
Sean?
I'm going to see my cousin Andy Snowden in a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you relate to Andy. That's right. Well, tell him I said hey.
Yeah, I'll tell
I
him.
haven't seen him in years. And yeah, how's he